Hey everyone, welcome to Fables from the Pickled Quipper.
Yay!
Yay!
Now, obviously, since our last visit to the Mysteries of the Dales, we have been inundated with emails and messages. When are you bringing it back?
I'm sorry about that, by the way.
The demand has been so high that the Kickstarter has gone off the charts, and we had to do it as a reward. So here's the next episode. I don't know how we're going to fit it into our regular schedule, but we'll try. Yeah. Now, last time, if you remember, there was trouble at the inn. In a traditional sense, the game started in the inn, but in the non-traditional sense, it also almost ended in the inn. But thankfully, due to some restraint, I guess, some restraint and
Involuntary diplomacy?
possibly working out that diplomacy was the only option to get out of there. You guys helped out a couple of very sad Eladrin who were pretty intent on killing you. You guys did manage to survive that, and we ended the session with you all just sort of trying to recover and the aftermath. What has happened in the meantime, just to fill you guys in, is you looted as heavily as you felt you could what was left of the valuables they had collected in the inn. You didn't find anything magical amongst them, which was interesting, but you I guess you figured either maybe they held on to those sort of personally, and you did give them the chance to go around and pick up some favorites bits before they left for their own plane. And you also had a little search around. It looks like everything was pretty mundane, although very nicely made. You pilfered as much as you could before going for your general reward. Your reward was
200 gold apiece?
Was it 200?
That's what he says here.
I'm glad you said that, because I was going to say 500, but 200 gold apiece.
Oh, my vision is gone once. Clearly 500.
So you each made 200, and my assumption is with this gang is that you have an agreement that for those that can't make it, you do, as long as they're part of the sort of current party on any job, those who can't make it get a cut as well. That way you don't worry about trouble in the ranks. So you save 200 for Isabel as well.
Is our good friend Rauf still alive?
Who?
Rauf.
Oh, Drewolf. He's alive, but he is considered not part of the current setup until he recovers. So, yeah, he does not benefit from the rewards, but Isabel does. He's not an active member currently, I think is the way to put it. So you each get 200 gold for that. Now, I'm going to check in with each of you in turn here to kind of see how you proceeded, because you basically then just had to find a way to sell these artifacts on. And I'm going to kind of check in with you each to see, how you might go about that. Chasseur.
Oui, oui.
Now, you, I guess, have some roguish nature. What do you think your appreciation of art things would be? Do you sort of lean into the art world at all? Your background or knowledge thereof?
Perhaps to select few items if they tickle my fancy. There's many applications of various pieces.
Okay.
Looking for fine silverware for personal use. Perhaps select jewels
Do you have a background in anything? What is your background?
I'm a far traveler.
Okay. So you've been around the block.
Once or twice.
And what do you feel like your skills are in terms of negotiation?
Very poor.
When it comes to haggling for things, what would be your strategy when trying to trade?
Go to Ralri.
What was that?
Venture to my good friend Raldri.
Okay.
He's a much better
Lean
negotiator.
on Rodri.
I tend to specialize in more of the field work.
You're more of a sort of job taker than a sort of visionary of jobs. Would that be fair? You're not the sort of planner and sort of the guy that knows what he really wants to go after in things.
More or less.
Okay. In that case, let me. And you think Chasseur would trust Rodri enough to sort of potentially, bargain for his stuff as well? Like if he had his own haul that he was trying to, make some money off of, you think he would trust Rodri for that?
In most circumstances, yes. Now, the town that we are in, it is a good town, correct?
You sort of travel through a few towns. You have the chance to spend a few days sort of traveling the Dales, sort of a combination of keeping an ear out for work and also trying to offload what you can to make some money.
It would possibly be a combination. If the sellers are good and honest people, I would trust my dearest friend Rodri. If they are trying to swindle, I might perhaps do a bit of my own deception.
Okay. Do you I know you have some roguish tendencies. Do you tend to keep an ear to the underground a little bit? Or are you more on the up and up and you just have those skills?
A bit of an ear to the underground.
Okay.
Not heavily.
Well, okay, so I will bear that in mind. First off, roll me an investigation check.
Not one of my greatest skills.
I'll take the 17 there, because that was the first one.
He is generous as he is kind.
And next up, let's have you roll a deception check.
That was very poor.
bit out of practice. Alrighty. I will bear all that in mind. Garrard. What is your background vis-a-vis sort of arts and that sort of world? Do you have any prior sort of knowledge, learning, or interest?
Knowledge, maybe passing. The noble background, so I mean, he would have had some things.
Come into contact with some of it.
Interest, not really. Never. I mean, even though it's something that like he's been around a lot, and to some degree, it's not something that he's really taken an interest in. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of I mean, he's got like some historical knowledge on various nice paintings and stuff like that, but it's sort of just more knowledge on that, but not really an interest.
Okay,
but I wouldn't say it's anything in depth. So
let's have you roll a first off, a history check.
Okay.
Okay.
17.
17. And then let's have you roll just a general persuasion check.
Okay. 19.
Okay, solid. It's a dangerous place. Okay, Ulrich.
Yeah, I was trying to look up his background. Somehow I didn't transfer it over, but I know it was. Yeah, he is like a former guard, kind of like policeman. I'm gonna try to find the actual thing. So
Is he
really,
mercenary veteran?
that may be it. The only thing, he is like not interested in anything fancy, like just this is so, art is so not like his strong suit. He does have this Watcher's Eye skill, which kind of gives him an in with wherever he goes. He kind of understands like law enforcement, and he kind of can get off on the good foot with local law enforcement, but also criminals. So he may be able to, like, I don't know,
Okay.
use that
Work
to
both
seek out maybe
sides.
maybe some, I don't know that he would be interested in intentionally selling to somebody who, is not
So
upstanding.
he's generally on the up and up. Like he doesn't sort of play both sides. He just is. Would you say that, or is he a bit kind of like?
Yeah, definitely not to, like he is definitely lawful good. Like he
Okay.
would only use that information he wouldn't use it to his advantage, not his personal advantage normally.
Okay. Alrighty. Does he have any personal interest in arts and such?
Nope. No.
Okay.
Complete indifference.
Okay. Nice.
He's actually probably just surprised people are going to pay money for it.
Yeah, that's fair. Let me have you then roll an investigation.
Okay. He is good at that. Or decent. Well, I mean, my bonus is okay.
And
That's a 7
then
total.
let's have you.
He is pretty good at insight, so he's okay at reading people. So he might be able to like.
Kind of use that.
He
to
probably
his
wouldn't be
advantage.
swindled because he's
Yeah.
good at understanding somebody's motives.
I think that's what we'll do then. We'll have you do, rather than a persuasion, we'll have you roll an insight. So rather than trying to force his will on them, he's more kind of just watching them so he doesn't get swindled.
Yeah, he would probably let somebody else do the talking and cut in if he felt like somebody was not being forthright. 12 for 17 total.
Okay. Alrighty, cool. So here's how things shake out. You have a travel of a few days through a few towns, just kind of recuperating, keeping your ear out for jobs. You don't get a lot of that, but you are kind of in the process of trying to sell your stuff, and you'll try to not just like flog it to the first person you meet, so you sell it as you go to people who, whatever your personal interests or knowledge base is, people who maybe would pay a bit more for stuff. And Rodri, selling off the stuff that you have, you are able to make 2,500 gold.
Wow.
Whoa.
Chasseur, you managed to lean a little on Rodri's knowledge through your trust in him, but you do also try and do a bit of backdoor dealing as well. But you do, you try and do a bit of that, but you end up having to, because you're having trouble kind of persuading people of stuff's extra value, you don't do quite so well. So you make 1,600.
It was an unusually tough crowd.
You sort of get in a few narrow near scrapes where you're trying to persuade dodgy people in back alleys of something's worth, and they don't believe you. So you end up kind of like losing a few things in ways that you wouldn't want, but yeah. Gerard, you are able to kind of lean on your noble background, as well as like just a sort of passing learning that you've had in the past to kind of know things general worth. And although you're not highly interested in it, you are able to kind of like cater to a slightly better crowd. So you make 3,000 gold off of your takings.
Nice.
Ulrich, you kind of fare somewhere in the middle. Your disinterest in all of this stuff kind of, perhaps you sell a few times for the average price, knowing that that's kind of what it's worth, and not being bothered that much about trying to, really push for more than that. So you do end up with 2,300 gold.
Okay.
Let's have a look. So, real quick.
I'm encumbered.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, you can break it down into platinum if you like. We'll assume that Gerard was paid more in platinum and shared it around as needed.
I ain't your bank.
So
That should be Gerard's accent.
What's that?
That should be Gerard's accent. Ain't your bank.
all right, I'm just having a look at Isabel. She is okay. I think she would be reasonable at this. I'm just gonna roll for her real quick. So everybody, just bear in mind. We'll say that she is taking, as she was last time, still taking care of a matter of her own, but that she just said, "Hey, you guys sell on my stuff," and gave a few kind of pointers. And she would have ended up with about 2,200. So I don't really know where to make a note. Oh, you know what? I'll just make a note of it on her. Character, yeah, no.
So strange.
2,200 would be 220 platinum, right? Oof, so much. Okay, I'm just giving it to her straight in platinum. Now that you are over encumbered with money, as you're passing through those towns and selling stuff off, if there's any like general gear that you want to pick up, you would run past people that would have such things. You don't come across anywhere selling anything magical within the towns locally because they are more. It's very much kind of a how to put it, kind of rural. There are some kind of bigger towns, but they're still like rural and not overly magical in nature. Adventurers pass through, but they're not sort of adventuring capitals. So there is not a lot of that on offer. But you know, there's going to be armorers and smiths and shops that just sell general goods. You are let know though, as you are passing out of the end of. Well, I should have looked that up. I don't have my map up. Of one of the dales, you are kind of informed. Oh, just a day ago, we had a traveling merchant through who didn't do too well in town because we are not in the market for his kind of wares, but he seemed to be selling all kinds of mystical, wonderful gear. You might be able to catch up with him. He was just kind of traveling with his laden horse. So you're kind of given a hint that there is somebody in the vicinity who might have some snazzy stuff that you could spend some coin on. So is everybody buying stuff?
Well, I don't know if this is a common item, but Chasseur would be interested in some sort of a smoke bomb if there would be a seller or distributor of such items.
A smoke bomb, you say? Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Ninjas R Us has that.
Yeah.
There was a great store in Waterdeep.
You do kind of come across some general alchemists who sell kind of low-level stuff, and you do find one who sells a smoke bomb. He has 3 on offer that he has kind of prepared, and they are 30 gold pieces a pop.
A poof.
A poof, yeah. And you can throw it down and it fills a 20-foot radius with a thick fog cloud, which lasts about 5-10 minutes. Or
an
unless,
incredible amount of time.
unless it's windy.
Well, sounds perfect to me.
In which case, it lasts 5 to 10 seconds. But yeah, so you can pick those up. That's all he's got made because it's a slight kind of alchemical equation he uses to make them. They kind of come in vials that you just kind of like throw and they smash.
Okay. I would probably attempt to talk him down like 5 gold if I could.
Okay. In a persuasive way, or an aggressive way, or a deceptive way?
Like a jovial, like he would actually try to like, in a more jovial kind of like sharing stories and like more positive.
Okay. I'll just go straight persuasion then.
Boom. 15.
15? Okay. He drops, let's see, what would it be? 90. He would drop it down to 80 for you.
I still got it.
Yeah, Ulrich would be looking for plate as well. Or plate,
Plate.
not plate.
You're looking for full plate?
Mm-hmm.
I would have pulled out like an actual dinner plate and offered it to him.
Oh,
He doesn't get the joke. I've already eaten. Thank you.
You're gonna go for the 1500 caboodle?
Oh yeah.
Very nice. How much of a
Just so
haggler?
you know, Rich,
Yeah.
that each one of us have made more individually than our entire party in Torres Ridge in 2 years.
You know what your problem is you guys in Torres Ridge aren't taking jobs. You guys are just like desperately trying to save the world. What you need to do is forget all of that and just like go into work, paid work.
Oh gosh.
How haggly is Ulrich?
He is not very haggly.
I got that impression.
He would be like he would not pay a penny under what a fair price would be, but he also wouldn't argue one bit to pay less.
Okay. Then you shall get it for a straight 1500.
Yeah. Cool.
There you go, fans. No points for honesty.
I actually got lighter by buying the plate.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Considering it's worth £65, I mean, not worth, that it weighs £65.
Oh, not quite, I guess. Yeah, it's still a little bit more, but not by much.
It's a pretty even
much.
trade.
Yeah.
You're just wearing your money now instead.
Well, if I was wanting to get a blowpipe, but I want it to be long enough to actually use almost like a tool as well.
What sort of tool are we talking about?
Specifically, like if I needed to wade sneakily through a pond,
Uh-huh.
like like a breathing apparatus, but also shoot darts out of it.
Roll me an investigation check to attempt to find a blowpipe of sufficient length.
There's
Okay.
a lot of jokes that are just I'm letting pass
I'm-
by. Just
Yeah, I'm trying to not. Are you worried about the girth or just length?
There has to be the right amount, just perfect.
Okay,
Not too much, not too little.
that's probably for the best. You find what length is your preference?
Did he say a trick question?
No, this is what the
Practicality.
blowpipes are us is right next to whatever the other thing was.
Ninjas are us.
Ninjas, yeah. It's
Really
an
like
outlet
a sister
mall.
store, isn't it? It's a specialist store.
Yeah. They don't get a lot of business.
I think perhaps 8 inches should be perfect.
Oh, that's no problem. Yeah.
This is a fun fact. I was looking up small war bows earlier because I was thinking, I was wondering how small my actual short bow could be, and there was a 9 3/4 inch bow, like an actual short bow that was like 9 3/4 inches,
Uh-huh.
and it fired little. I think they were just little bamboo arrows. But then I looked, fell down another rabbit hole, and there was an Amazon tribe that fired 8-foot long arrows.
8 foot long.
What?
Like, wow.
That's crazy.
That's like human bolt throwers at that stage.
Yep. It's like damn near a ballista.
Yeah.
But that was my divergent. Could along with the if I found blow darts RS, is there a poison darts RS right next to that?
You find blowpipes are us, but blow darts is actually across Faerun. They say it's just another 2,000 miles straight down the road, and you can pick up some darts to use in that.
Are they franchising out? I mean, maybe we could open one up on this side of the realm.
They
There
just
is an open
couldn't find the
market.
space. There was just not a good place for it. Now blowpipes. I don't know if blowpipes are in here. Blowgun.
thought they were-
10 gold.
10 gold, okay.
Blow darts. Blowgun needles. Yeah, that's no problem. Just make it. You know what they throw? They throw those in. They throw in 50 blowgun needles. They are not poisoned,
That was my next question. I wanted to get some poison ones.
but Rodri, you see Rodri walking out of Toolkits Are Us, which is just across the street, laden with all of the materials you would need to make some nasty poison.
It's a beautiful sight.
I'm just looking at poison right now. It's pretty expensive. It's 100 gold for poison
Like one?
for one vial.
One vial. Now is that just like a poison vial, or can you dip arrows in that and like?
Oh, you could dip your
Stretch it
blow
out.
darts in it. Yeah. Did you want to pick that up now rather than have to wait on Rodri to learn how to make poison?
Yes.
Okay.
I see Rodri as a future benefit, but right now it's unreliable.
Initially, you walk into what you think is Poison or Us, but you find yourself surrounded by a fish market and very confused, and you head across the road.
But quite
And,
excited regardless.
Find Poison or Us instead. Any other things you guys want? I mean, you could buy magnifying glasses. You can buy
I want a
mirrors.
magnifying glass.
You could buy, Oh, there's antitoxins as well.
Those will be good.
I actually
Gonna need
maybe
those after you accidentally stick yourself with your poison darts.
Alright. I was thinking maybe a map and a case to hold it.
Oh, okay. A map of the Dales,
Yeah.
just in general.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
How much for a Dale's
Um,
map?
So the case plus the map is going to cost you. I mean, you're pretty loaded. Are you going for a pretty like reliable, nice map?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, that'll cost you 6 gold. 5 for the very nice map, 1 for the case to protect it nicely.
Although I'm wondering, are you guys? Did you want mounts? Like, did you want to, or are we staying on foot?
I would definitely enjoy just a mount, but I want to know what kind are available. That part is very important.
Buying or renting?
With the amount of travels that we do, it would be good to think of the long term.
Okay.
We are an adventuring group.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking at mainly.
Yeah, you are able. I mean, there are stables. This is very much a place that is very traveled by horses and other horses. Um, would you be looking for general, just sort of utility riding horses, or something a bit more heavy duty, something a bit more light duty?
Probably. I mean,
Okay. Anybody going non-riding horse?
What?
I am tempted to buy a war horse, but I think that's a little overdone.
Wait.
I mean, you got the money.
Yeah, but it's gonna be this giant horse that's gonna be angry and wants to attack things, as opposed to, I don't necessarily know if that's the way.
Come
we're
now,
gonna be going,
Gerhard.
so.
You are the ruler of your mount.
Right. No, that's fine, but he's gonna wanna get in battle. So.
Are you worried that you're just going to be traveling through a town and the horse is just going to be like frenzying onto people?
Yeah. Well, just like Warhammer, I mean, the horses
That's
are
true.
the most deadly. The
Are you
most
worried that
deadly beast,
your
so.
attacking is gonna never hit anything and the horse is just gonna do all the work?
I mean, if I'm gonna end up attacking on the horse, yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is there what do you mean though? Is there like what other options besides run-of-the-mill horses there?
Now, I don't want to excite you guys, but a war horse is 400 gold pieces. An elephant is only 200 gold pieces. I don't know how that works.
That makes no
This
sense.
is
Of course, it costs.
Yeah, the carrying capacity is ridiculous.
what about the speed? I guess
You could-
mechanically.
He could carry like almost 3 horses just on his back. Speed, I don't know. Anyway, there's not any elephants available. You come to the wrong place.
It
Ralph.
costs 5 gold a day to feed one.
Elephant speed is 40 feet.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, you've got war horse, you've got a riding horse for 75, you've got a pony for 30, you've got a mule for 8. I assume that for your needs, if one of you is getting riding horses, I assume you wouldn't want to go much less than that, anybody, because you'd kind of be slowing the group down potentially.
Yeah, I was gonna get a riding horse with 1 saddlebag, and then a military saddle.
Not two, so you could have one on each side.
What, for the saddlebags?
Yeah.
Otherwise, he'll be leaning,
Yeah, I mean,
I suppose that works.
make it walk into ditches, and
Yeah.
he'll be so angry that he'll just attack people. Apparently.
I mean, that's why I'm not going with the warhorse.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay,
Is,
no problem. So everybody
Yeah,
who's getting a
two-
horse
two-
would be 75 for a horse.
Can I find a dapple gray horse?
Yes. I will say that you guys have enough time to pick out the horse of your dreams. Now, the horse of your dreams, bearing in mind, when I say your dreams, I don't mean that it's, flies and is pink. I mean a horse that you really like. Then you said, I don't know if you have the values there, James, already, but saddlebags are 4,
Mhm.
and saddle is 20 for, you said military?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'll get 2 saddlebags too, and the riding horse. So.
It does say saddle bags technically here, so
Yeah, I don't know.
we'll assume that you're good.
I'm gonna buy a bar of soap,
Fair.
Okay.
2 potions of healing, 5 pieces of chalk,
Okay.
and 40 crossbow bolts.
Okay. That all sounds very reasonable. Do you have the values there, or do you need them checking real
Yep, I
quick?
already deducted it. Yep.
Cool. Nice. When you started that, I wasn't sure where you were going because I thought we were still talking about horse accessories. I suppose
much was-
washing a horse is not a bad idea, but
You just run them through the river. Done. It's like a car wash. How much was the horses and the saddle and the bags?
you've got choices of saddle. You've got exotic, military, pack, or riding.
Exotic.
Exotic, nice. 60 for the almost as much as the horse. So you're looking at 60 for the saddle, 75 for the horse, and 4 for the saddlebags. So I guess you're looking at 139. And they throw in enough feed to get you through a week as well. And they're feeling generous, so they throw in a galley and 2 keel boats. Because those are also on this page.
Oh wait, there's more.
Man, galleys are expensive. I guess they should be, really. Oh, you guys missed out. You could have got a chariot. Are you sure Chaucer does not want to ride around on a chariot? Because he seems like
That's
like if you're going exotic saddle, surely that's like a one-up from that.
right.
You need 2 horses or just 1?
Oh, you could have a small chariot.
Small chariot and 2 ponies.
Chariot and 2 elephants.
Oh.
You can also choose the temperament of your horses. Unlike Phil, I'm not really mean. So you can you have a wide choice because the Dales are rich for horses. So you get to pick if you want a feisty or a submissive or a uptight horse, whatever you want. A confused horse. a very, very angry horse, apparently, for Gerhard.
I said I don't want a super angry horse,
Who just hates all people.
except for me.
Will attack them at random. Roll a D100.
This is amazing, by the way.
19. Suicidal.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
I mean, on my table I have here, that's what it says.
Is it a table of horse demeanors or mental illness?
It's
That's
Is there a
terrible.
difference?
Did you get a receipt with it?
only gently suicidal, not full on, just like in a really dark place.
He looks genuinely
Okay.
upset, Philip.
You
Not
said
amused
gently
at all.
suicidal, so it just runs itself off of very small hills?
Yeah. It doesn't actively seek it out, but like it sees a lemming and it feels jealous. Let's put it like that.
Oh my good god.
It sees another dead horse in the middle of battle and it thinks, yeah, he kind of got the lucky straw there.
That could have been me.
Yeah, wow.
But maybe you could turn that round, Phil.
Is he,
You
Can I
speak
talk-
with animals every day.
maybe he's got like an Eeyore type of attitude.
Exactly. Eeyore is the perfect, animal spirit for the animal. Does anybody else want to roll on my table, or you're going to choose
Oh
your
yeah,
horse
no,
demeanors?
I
I
feel
want
like
to do that.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
Okay. It'd be funny if you were roll 19. Just these horses just gathered together, just looking really sad. 46.
I bought the horse
46.
purely on looks.
46 is so submissive that you actually have to watch it if you leave it tied up because it will just go with anybody. It is the most gentle, submissive, easily led. You get the sense that maybe when it was a youngster, it was kind of pressured by its friends to do drugs, and it didn't want to, but it did. Thankfully, it got out of that habit, but now it's, it still has
I
those
still loom
tendencies.
large.
It's
Yeah,
been to AA, I see.
yeah. You'd worry about leaving it around Rodri's horse in case Rodri's horse kind of took it down a dark path. made some kind of pact. One of you guys needs a cheerful horse desperately.
All right.
That was. I thought that was Chasseur's horse, wasn't it? Okay, yeah.
I got a 96.
I thought it was Gerhard's role because I saw James doing something.
Oh,
So I just.
I did too for some reason. I thought.
No.
I don't know.
So yes, watch out for that horse, Eli. I mean, it's very docile and nice. 96, spirited and cheerful.
hey.
Okay.
So that is a horse that.
Keeping the group together.
Yeah.
I guess I might as well roll too, right? He's going for a.
It's very cheerful, and the spirited is good on the whole. But it does mean that occasionally, you have to watch yourself a little bit because, once you get it up to a gallop, it's going. 56. Oh.
Like our variation, 19, 46, 56, 90.
So. Okay. So this is more in the towards the submissive, but this is just it's submissive in the sense that it's very responsive to you. It's very well trained, takes your commands very well, but just also you can kind of sense it has a gentle nature. I don't know how Ulrich gets on with that, if he enjoys that in a horse, but it's a horse that just, you can tell it's just got a good, it just wants to kind of hang out and eat apples out of your hand and stuff. But it's, it will follow your commands to the letter as well.
That is the most important thing to Ulrich.
Okay, there you go.
Ability to take orders.
I mean, that's fair. I've always said that if I ever got a horse, I would name it Farfignugan after the horse from Robin Hood Men in Tights. So this is probably as close as I'm ever going to get, so this is
It's your chance to live out your fantasies.
Exactly. It's happening. Thank you.
Boy, I didn't see this going down such I was going to say a rabbit hole, but I guess a horse hole. Horses live in holes as well, right? I believe
Yes,
so.
they do.
Yeah.
They're kind of large, but
In Faerun, horses live in holes. And you have to be very careful when you're walking in fields, because boy, can you twist an ankle on a horse hole.
It's true.
Even giants can twist their ankle on horse holes. That's how bad they are.
I think I have a couple of horse holes in my yard.
Yep. Yeah, I've always thought you're a bit of a horse hole, but
Who, me? Wow. I don't know whether to be impressed by that or not.
Oh, wow.
So do you guys want to spend money on any other things?
Fireworks.
Right here. Fireworks.
if I can find them.
I can't remember. I think fireworks are a thing, aren't they?
It depends on how much into fireworks or gunpowder you want to go to.
Gunpowder, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to, like, if I can find like a tinkering gnome somewhere that, or like there's a artificer in some town, or
I'll let you guys in the coming days. I will let you guys tinker around with that then. They don't have a lot to celebrate around here, so they don't make fireworks.
this is how Roger got brown hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Well, I couldn't find a vendor, so
I didn't. Now here's the thing. I didn't say I wouldn't let you make poison. I just don't think you're instantly able to make poison. Actually, I like the idea of you attempting to just make him some poison and seeing what happens when he uses it.
What about a firework poison explosive bomb?
oh my god.
Oof.
It's everything
You know,
Charles
Just
has
throwing
ever,
those
ever
ideas out there.
imagined.
Yeah.
I do enjoy your thinking, Ulrich. This is certainly going to come to fruition.
Just combine all of Phil's toolkits and make
And then
the
once he's done experimenting, we'll use his healer's kit to heal him up.
yeah. I think in our other campaign we did have somebody trying to learn how to use a healer's kit, and time was moving very slowly, so all he got up to doing was making smoothies.
It was
Do they at least have added vitamins in there?
Yeah, he was kind of making nutritious
wheatgrass water.
stuff. Yeah, wheatgrass stuff. It was we just didn't have time. You got to spend a whole year basically. I think
Wow.
it's a decent amount of hours anyway.
The training is intense.
Yeah. Worth it if you have some downtime, because you can potentially make money off making healing kits if you that's what you want to do.
Our style of playing is so day to day that it doesn't benefit like the year-long training.
Yeah, I think those things are intended for between campaign time anyway, aren't they? Really.
I think.
So, like, when I say between campaign, I mean kind of between arcs, I suppose, of campaigns.
Right.
Because of course Phil did the same to us. He was like, "If you guys have any stuff you want to do in any downtime," and then he gave us like 2 hours. Anyway, is anybody going to buy anything else before we move on to meet this, or to try and track down this trader?
I just want to be certain. Are you sure that there is no elephants?
Okay, I'm going to regret saying this, but roll an investigation check.
Oh gosh.
There is a chance.
He's going to have an elephant chariot.
Oh, what a relief. Sadly, there are no elephants that you can find.
Also, I just realized ram, portable is not an animal.
It could be.
We should buy one of those just in case another inn is locked.
Yeah, it would be
that
very
actually would have come in handy.
That would come in real handy.
I mean,
What
honestly,
the fireworks for?
honestly, you could use a ram as a portable ram, couldn't you, if you really wanted to? So
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
it's got all the equipment there.
I'm about to say, are you looking under items or mounts?
It does sound like a great magic item, like a portable ram, and you just set it on the ground, speak the word, and it turns into an actual ram and like charges into. What you're
like
trying
an
to
animated
track
figure or
down.
something.
That would be great.
I'm gonna go a little bit before we move on. I think I'm gonna be a bit of a Ponzi noble here and buy some clothes.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Anything in particular
I
Sarah's
mean,
looking for?
No, just like probably
Something
another
for
set
the weekend?
another set of just fine adventuring clothing. Just nothing too major.
Okay.
Just a backup, basically.
Okay. Do you have a cost there for that, or do you want me to make one up?
I mean, it says 15.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. That does sound fine.
Yeah, that's for the high end stuff, I reckon. If I wanted to get the common, I could get it would be 5 silver apparently. Because I'm looking on D&D Beyond, so.
But you are not a commoner, so.
No. I mean, I'm used to a certain level of.
Oh, did we want to check out the vendor that had maybe more than basic items, or do we already do it?
Yes, I was just
okay.
going to let you get what you wanted in town before you headed
The
there.
basics. Okay.
I'll be honest. You guys went in a lot harder than I thought you were going to on basic stuff. I guess all that money went to your head. Did everybody name their horses just before we move on?
Farfignugan too.
Farfignugan.
Okay. My name is Scout.
It's a good name.
That works.
Cute.
All right. So you guys exit the town of Raja, and you head down the trail a little ways more. And you're on horseback now, so that makes you faster. And after a few hours travel during the day, you enter sort of forest land. Well, there's a lot of forest land around here. It's kind of rolling hills with forests interspersed with farmed areas. But you enter an area that is more foresty on the main road. A gentle rain sets in, but other than that, nothing too bad. And you sort of, at mid-morning, you do find yourself approaching a figure who is guiding a fairly heavily laden horse down the trail. You're sort of approaching from behind. I presume you're slow. And yeah, you see this figure. It's sort of a tall, fairly gaunt figure. From the back, has like a practical traveling clothes on, sort of a thin ponytail, and sort of the skin. You would kind of describe the skin as sort of slightly yellowy, slightly pointed ears, and yeah, gaunt features. That's kind of what you can see from the back as you approach. And they're just gently walking down the road. As they sense you approach, they turn around and kind of eye you up. And you see kind of like fairly piercing eyes, a sort of handlebar moustache that kind of droops down under the chin slightly as well. Slightly alien features. They don't look to be human or elven or any of that, although their size range is in that sort of size. And for the moment, they just kind of turn towards you, kind of turn around in the rain, kind of rain splashing off their back. You know it. It wasn't going to be raining, but then I was like, I want to listen to some rain. So suddenly it was raining. So yeah, that's kind of what they do as you approach, and they just kind of wait to see your intent. Hail, how fares your journey? I enjoy the rain.
Does he look as creepy as he sounds?
Yes. Yeah, he has a slightly alien complexion. He does not look regular. Okay, you've never seen one, but you have read of them and seen pictures of them in books that you have looked in. And something about his mannerism and the sort of pallor of his skin and the very sharp features, the way his sort of styling is, you think, I never thought I would see one of these. I did not think they would live here. But you think it might be a Gith.
Nice. Or is that pronounced Gith?
Oh dear. Disadvantage on something. Are you looking for wares of a unusual nature? Oh, you have fancy unusual trinkets?
Perhaps not in the current moment, but we do from time to time.
He sort of guides his horse over, kind of lumbers over. His horse, it looks happy enough, but it is pretty well laden. It looks like they travel at not too fast a pace. There's sort of like, you bought saddlebags. Imagine if you bought 50 saddlebags. That's kind of what this horse has going on. He's got all sorts of different like bags and attachments and whatnot. He doesn't have a saddle. He doesn't look like he ever bothers riding this horse. It's just purely for carrying stuff around. But it looks happy enough for all that. Looks like it's living its best life. I mean, you know, as far as you can insight into a horse without an insight check. But yeah, and he says, I believe introductions are in order. My name is Drokar. I don't mean to be one that pries, but what is your line of work? Just curiosity.
As Rodri's talking, I like dismount from my horse and I pull out a bottle of wine and I pop it open. I pull some glasses out and just start pouring them. And as he's talking, I just kind of like offer out to whoever wants one.
He, hang on, let me roll an insight check here. He kind of looks over and gladly accepts it from you.
You said you did buy the poison or no? And just curious.
A fine vintage.
I did buy the poison.
Okay.
I mean, oops, sorry, misclick.
Natural 1 for an 11.
You pour the wine in first, and then you very sneakily try and pour the poison in. It just like runs all into your hand, and immediately sinks into your skin, killing you.
It was a good run.
Accidentally poured into your mouth.
You pour it into your own. You pour it into a glass, and go to hand it to him, and forget which of the two glasses it was.
Oh gosh.
Oh man.
But yeah, he takes your glass and well, he doesn't take your glass. He takes the glass you offer him, and says, "Well, this is a good, an unusual place to meet, but I guess if you're interested, I could show you some of what I have available. I have not found the Dale to be the best place, unfortunately, for selling what I carry. What are your interests when it comes to?
Are you okay, good sir?
Sorry, I just got that wine trapped in my throat. What's your interest in? What is your interest in whatever I have? I mean, you know, like, are you people who like to fight? And he draws a sword out from one of the saddlebags and holds it up in the air. And it's a very nice looking sword. And he speaks in a strange language, and the sword bursts into fire. And he takes a step back and then sort of dramatically swishes it around a few times. You know, all the time with his eyebrow raised in a very, you know, look at this. And then speaks the word again, and the flames extinguish. And just kind of holds it out then, kind of in front of you, in his hands. And is this the kind of thing? Or are you more in search of objects of a more fanciful nature?
In the category of weaponry, I am potentially interested in some sort of magically imbued ammunition. I'm a specialist of the short bow.
And I whip out an arrow and shoot a tree really far away. And by really far away, I mean like 80 feet.
My goodness! That tree never saw it coming. My friend, I don't believe you need any fancy ammo. You are all set.
No, this works in the normal situations, but from time to time, as my dear friend here said, we come across more curious quarry.
Interesting. Interesting. Curious, you say?
quite
Well,
curious.
perhaps I could dangle a few things in your general direction and see if they.
Is there some sort of a cat reference?
It
Oh,
wasn't my
insight
friend, but okay. Roll insight check for me.
check.
You get the sense that though it would have been a good cat reference, it was unintentional, and he's not really familiar with cats. He
I just say, "Oh, good one."
he says, okay. Well, maybe I could show you a few things and see if any of them catch your interest, because
Excuse me, did you say cat my interest?
no.
Continue.
Okay. So, how about he kind of like goes over to his horse and starts rummaging a little bit. You seem to like a drink. What about this? And he pulls from a bag what looks to be kind of like a horn-shaped sort of drinking vessel of some kind. And he like shakes it a few times, and you hear sort of something sloshing around inside, and he then kind of opens it up, and from out of it pours a fountain of water, and then he kind of stoppers it back up, and he says, "Interesting, huh?" And you do note that much more water seemed to come out than it should hold.
That was quite interesting.
And then he says, "You want to see what it can really do?"
There's more? Please do. Proceed.
He says, "Stand back now."
I don't stand back.
Okay. Roll me a strength saving throw.
My. Oh.
Okay. Oh, you did good. You did good. So
That's
he
with me
says,
-1, y'all.
he sees everybody else kind of stand back a little bit and kind of looks down to uncork it. And as he looks back up and uncorks it, he sees you and goes, "Oh no!" As a geyser of water just like gushes in your direction, and you can barely keep your feet, but you do manage to just kind of like dig your claws into the forest ground. But you are buffeted by just gallons and gallons of water, and he says, "Oh my, I am sorry."
I just like spit a stream of water out my mouth.
That was very impressive.
I really didn't mean for you to get in the way of that. But yeah, it's pretty fancy.
No, I will admit this was not what I was expecting.
So that's one thing I carry. Oh, you look like a fancy fellow. He says, looking at Gerhard. No offense. And he pulls out a pendant, and he says, "This pendant, it's kind of got red stones in it, clasped by two hands. This pendant will protect you if you are ever in a near-death experience. It has healing properties. Very handy for people that come up against nasty things. If you're ever taking a rest as well, it will just bolster your rest.
Sounds interesting.
Sometimes when I'm feeling a bit, I'm just having one of those days where didn't get as much sleep as I'd like, I pop it on and sit down, have a bit of a siesta, as we call it where I come from. And do you guys have siestas in Faerun? No. Okay.
To be fair, they're south.
Must be more of a Gith thing. Anyway, I'd feel great afterwards.
Well, it sounds like you quite like that. So, are you sure you're willing to part with it?
If I part with this, I get something else. I mean, I don't part with it for a little. I mean,
Obviously.
it's like a little on the expensive side.
I see. How much are we talking? A little on the expensive side.
I mean, 400-500 gold.
Okay.
But when you're talking about dying, it's not too bad, really, is it?
Yeah, that's fair. Yes.
You got me there.
It does sound
Good
pretty
one.
bad. I will keep that in mind. Do you have anything else, weapon-wise?
Yes.
Or...
Oh,
Okay.
weapon-wise? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Do I have anything else weapon-wise?
Sort of more like perhaps in the finesse category.
In the finesse category, no, I don't right now.
That's fine.
Here's the thing. The other sword, you kind of assume was kind of a long sword.
Yeah.
From looking at it. But he says, I'm not as much into the weapons as I am into the more curious things. I have that sword. It's a good kind of opener because people see the flames, they see the swinging, they think, "Boy, this guy's got some stuff." So I do like to open with that one.
Okay.
I mean, it's impressive, isn't it?
It is very impressive.
And then I often accidentally set people on fire. That's why I usually go to the water thing next. It's a good kind of 1-2 punch.
Is that water device? Does it ever run out of water?
No, that's the beauty. You could say it's endless water.
Endless water. Both of those are quite intriguing.
Aren't they? You think those are intriguing? You should see some of the other stuff I've got here.
Well, let's see.
Oh, okay. I do have a couple of armaments, if you're into protection.
Yeah. See?
I have this, and he kind of like goes around to the other side, and he kind of, ka-chunk, and he drops what looks to be a set of magically imbued dwarven plate.
Son of a bitch.
And he says, it's hard to find a good set of. Oh well, I mean, you have a nice set of armor, but like there's plate and then there's plate. You know what I mean? And then of course there's dinner plates, but I would
without
get
a
those
plate.
mistaken. I mean, I will say this is probably my most expensive item, so. But it's very, very handy. This is going to run you about 8,000 of the old gold pieces. Very nice, though. Very nice.
What does it do beyond what I have here?
Well, I mean, look at it. It's beautiful. But I suppose if you're looking for a bit more than that,
It is dwarven. You are dwarven.
it gives you.
Practically a made in heaven.
If I was gonna sort of like equate it to sort of, I don't know, if I was gonna use a scale, and let's say you had like an armor scale,
This
that
is
you
plate,
used.
not scale mail.
I would say maybe it'd be like +2.
Oh.
And
You were just
and,
to arbitrarily give it a ranking.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would. Yeah, I think it's a 2. In addition, like it helps you avoid being pushed back by effects. So imagine that thing I just did. I won't do it again, but if you were hit by a big gush of water, which I mean that happens more than you'd expect, you could use your reaction, say. I don't know why I say use your reaction. There's no need to say that. But you could just, like, dig your feet in and reduce the amount you were moved back by. You know what I mean?
No, that sounds amazing.
It's
I
pretty
wish I
cool.
had the coin to take that off your hands.
Sometimes when I'm really trying to make a sale, I make somebody put that on, and then I hit them with the water thing. It's great. And I hit them a
You
few
still have
times.
all these items.
I hit them a few times with the flaming sword to show just how good that plate is as well. Oh, I don't think I said, did I?
No the water.
The water, I usually charge somewhere in the low 200s for the water. I say usually. I haven't sold it before.
Stock item?
Uh,
Do you have
when I
duplicate?
when I say endless water, it's not just endless in that sense. But no. In the low 200s for the water, and the sword, I mean, this is a very fancy sword. Look, when he does another demonstration. 3,800, I couldn't part with it for less than that. I couldn't. I mean, maybe 37, but no less than that. Okay, maybe 36 in a pinch, but that's just the absolute limit. Why am I haggling it? I haven't even offered to buy it. What are we doing here? I mean, do you like my slippers?
Are they magical?
You bet they are. And he puts the sword back in the sheath, and then he kind of looks around, and he sees the tree there, and he just runs up the tree, and he says "Ta-da!" as he stands sideways on the side of the tree. I don't like to do this too much because all the blood rushes to my head, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Look, I can run round a tree. And he runs round the tree. Yes, my slippers. I do like them. They're not great in the rain because they get soggy, but they would cost you 280 gold pieces, and you could just run up things. It's pretty handy, actually. You know, or footy, I should say, I suppose. You could wear them on your hands. I haven't tried that.
What if you put a pair on your hands and on your feet?
If only I had a spare pair. It seemed like overkill, though. Oh, talking of overkill, look at this sword! And he pulled the sword back out and waved it around. Anyway.
I do not know about the rest of you. I am quite interested in both the water and those nice slippers.
Yeah.
I do not see how they could be a bad purchase.
Let me see what else I've got here. And he rummages around. As he's rummaging around, this blackened hand falls out of a saddlebag, and he goes, "Oopsie!" I suppose there's this.
Care to explain?
Not really, no. Oh, yes, this is the hand of an ettercap. Have you ever seen an ettercap?
Have we?
Frightful creatures. No. They are. I just decided you haven't. Ironically, Isabel has, but she's not here.
Curse!
I was about to ask Rodri, the knowledgeable one, if he knew what one was.
You probably have heard of them. They're horrible spider creatures.
Yeah.
Well, they're not spiders.
So sort of like some sort of centaur?
Sort of a hybrid. You know,
Right.
part spider, part. I guess you could say a Spider-Man. Spider-Man. They can basically do whatever a spider can. But anyway, if you have this hand in your possession, this is going to sound weird, but you can talk to spiders.
That sounds
Somehow, the magic that was trapped in it, I guess, allows you to channel that and speak to spiders. I don't know if that's useful. I've never used it because I don't really like them. I guess you could say to the spider whilst you were talking, you could say, "Talk to the hand." I don't know why that would be amusing, but I find it quite funny. It is 55 gold pieces.
Oh, that is a bargain.
Isn't it? Oh, I've been trying to get rid of it. Nobody wants it for some reason.
I hand him 55 gold.
Is it like losing and like?
It does appear to have somewhat mummified. He's had it for a long time. it would seem. For some reason, nobody wants it. Oh no, here's a fancy thing that... No, I don't think any of you would really like this, actually. I don't think it would... I don't know, maybe... He, No, I don't think so, but... Maybe if any of you have a lady friend, this beautiful gown, and he sort of like... and pulls out this beautiful, flowing, sort of bluish gown. This is obviously, as you can see, very beautifully tailored and very exquisite. But also, it gives off a slight glow in moonlight, which really sets you apart from other fancy women or men. Not judging. Whoever. I would call this. This is what I would call this. I would call this the Gown Lumet. It's got a very fancy name. But yes, it just kind of glows in a way that, I mean, not like a sort of, you're not going to be a beacon of light, but it's just fancy, you know. That is 80 gold pieces. A steal. I mean, it would probably cost you 50 gold pieces just for... Why am I only charging 80 gold pieces for this? Oh well. Yes, you can buy this for that lady. I'm sure it's going to look very nice on that lady.
I'm thinking I still haven't met that lady, so...
You can probably let it out a bit at the waist if you need to. And looking... Yes, I think you may need to just a touch. Wink. Now, this is a very beautiful thing that could be quite useful. And he pulls out sort of almost a wooden-looking gauntlet. It's sort of, you know, it's obviously a gauntlet, like it moves like one. It looks like it has protection, but it's sort of got like a barky look to it with ivy that kind of runs across it. And he says, "Isn't this exquisite?"
Yeah, what is that?
It's a gauntlet. It's an ivied gauntlet. Because it's a gauntlet and it has ivy on it. So what's extra special about it, apart from being quite fancy, is that it allows you to... Are any of you druidic in nature? You don't look druidic. You don't look druidic. You don't look druidic. You don't look druidic. Okay, I thought there was a little druidic in you. This lets you harness a little of that druidic power. For instance, and he kind of slips it on. He kind of looks down on the ground for like a small kind of like vine growing up, and he just sort of touches it, and the vine kind of springs another little shoot off it. He says, "You can almost influence stuff to grow," and you know, and then he makes a little, does another little gesture with it, and a little kind of rustling of leaves passes through. You can do all sorts of things. It's very lovely. Let me consult my little price book here. That one is going to be 280 gold. It's a little on the pricey side, I'll admit, but I mean, did you see that? Look. He touches another thing, and a little flower springs out. I mean, if you just go around doing that all day, you're going to have a very nice garden. It's almost cheating. I guess if you were going to sort of like put a name onto it, I suppose, I don't know, maybe a magical sort would call it a cantrip. Oh, you like birds? What about this little owl figurine made of opal? I hate to keep using the same word, but it's true again. It's exquisite. What doesn't it do? I mean, it doesn't do a lot of things, actually. But what it does do is it will glow with a radiant glow if you ever get close to celestial beings. Myself, I've only ever had it glow one time. And I didn't see anybody, but I felt the presence. It's a handy little device if you are either, worried about them, or curious about them, or just like to know about them, or... No, that's it, really. But it's also exquisite. 125 gold pieces, and that's a steal.
You have quite an assortment, good sir.
Thank you. I like to think that I have a little bit of something for everybody.
One very important question. Do you travel all by yourself?
No, I have a horse. I'm surprised you didn't see it.
No, I saw the horse. But
Oh, okay.
is it a war horse?
No, it's sort of a beast of burden.
It would be a tragic accident should you fall on the road with such a bountiful selection of gear.
Does anybody happen to know where you're at along your journey? Or is anybody expecting you?
Let me just pop this dwarven plate on real quick, just to demonstrate. Now, where was my flaming sword again?
Do you mean this flaming sword?
Wait a minute.
No, I know you. I know you're reliable folk. And I don't know if you know much
He's
about
not me.
my kind, but we're quite slippery / dangerous.
You know, I know nothing about your kind.
Yes, what about you? Now, you seemed interested in the armor, though a little sad for some reason, I'm not sure why. What about this? And he rustles out a set of elven chain. Maybe
Ooh.
this is more in your, it looks nice, doesn't it? It's very shimmery.
It's exquisite.
It is it's a chain shirt. If I think I'd say if the other one was a +2, I would call this a +1. And you know what the weird thing is? I feel like I'm not somebody who is let me search for a word. A proficient, maybe I should say, in armor, but I can wear it and still feel pretty proficient. That doesn't really sound like a normal sentence, but I think that's the best way I can describe it. You know what I mean? That would set you back about 3,500 of your gold pieces. But that's some serious protection.
I pull back my coat and I'm wearing a chain shirt right now. Underneath.
Oh, that's very... I mean, it's okay.
That is absolutely correct. It is okay.
Well, they're thinking about that. I think I'm gonna take that pendant off your hand if nobody else wants it.
Oh, my periapt.
You're what now?
My periapt.
Okay.
Now, if you like jewelry, what about this ring? This beautiful ring. And he holds up a gold ring with a little hummingbird kind of engraved on the side.
Ooh.
Fancy, no? One could also almost say exquisite.
Curious.
What is that?
This is very good for helping you when something is coming at you fast and you need to avoid it. This will just give you almost like a recognition of the event and allow you to just avoid it. You know, if you're of the dexterous nature and you felt yourself needing to save yourself from a situation, you could sometimes maybe you're successful in that, sometimes you're not. You could automatically be successful. Isn't that nice? I mean, it's not cheap. 3,000 gold pieces. Now, it only works a certain number of times a day, but the next day its magic recharges, which is nice.
Is the amount? Or is
Sorry?
that a mystery? What is the amount? Or is that a mystery as well?
Oh, it has the first day you could probably. I don't know why you would need to dodge things 3 times, but you certainly could.
You do not know us, good sir.
This is true. It's not guaranteed to get all of its charges back by the next day, but it will at least get some.
I'm curious.
It's pretty handy, and of course, lovely detail on the hummingbird there.
Marvelous.
I don't know. I think we're running low on things. I suppose there may be 1 or 2 more things kind of
But you have a horse.
sitting at the bottom of my bag, like this little. What about this one here? This is curious. Oh, you're wondering what it is? Well, considering you couldn't see my horse, I'm not surprised. So this is rope. Have you seen rope before?
Yes, like fabrics, but all together.
Yes,
This is incredible. I have never seen a rope before.
You have seen such things. Beautiful. Now, you'll notice it's red. That's because it is imbued with the tails of imps. Fancy, huh?
The stories or actual tales?
I see what you did there. A bit of a pun. We Giths are not fond of puns. But we don't hate on people for it either. We just judge them internally. Now, what's great about this rope is somebody can't use their strength to escape from it. They must instead use the wisdom that is given to them. Curious, eh? So if you were to tie up something very strong but not very wise, this would be more useful than your regular rope.
Interesting.
This would cost you just 45 gold. I mean, it's still rope. I think I would call it imp tail rope. I just go with what it is, you know? Say what you see, say what you see.
You said
Sorry,
45 gold?
It's an old theatre form back in my plane, where they gradually reveal things, and you have to guess what it is. It's very entertaining. Now, you said you're investigators. What about this little thing here? This is the keen eye glass, it is called, and he holds up a little marble. And he says, look through that at this leaf.
Guess I'll grab it and look through it.
The leaf is magnified. It's like like magnifies things, but it's just a little marble. Very handy if you need something just in your pocket there to help you look for clues or whatever it is that you do.
How big of a marble?
About that big.
Okay. How big is an actual magnifying glass?
About that big.
Okay.
With a handle. I like to think of it as the proper Sherlock Holmes size magnifying glasses.
And what would you be asking for these?
It's just a little fun thing. I think probably no more than 40 gold.
Could be fun. Could be fun enough.
Now you said you had a lady friend, sir. Was that correct? Do you think she would like some lipstick? because I have this lipstick called Land's Voice. Very fancy name. I don't know who the original maker is, but it's neutral toned, if that's important. But this a little bit like the hand I think I sold you already. If you wear this lipstick, it allows you to talk to small animals. I don't know how. I guess it's magic, isn't it? For that, I think I would charge about 110. I mean, it's a bit more. It gives you a bit more play than the hand. Plus, it looks lovely.
Rodri, try it on just to. I mean, we really should see what it looks like on. I think. Does it match the dress by chance?
Hold the dress up to him, somebody. We want to get the full effect.
Just
I hold the dress too.
Oh, it's very becoming, sir. Very becoming. I think you've made
It
two.
would definitely look exquisite on somebody else.
Yes.
It would go
Maybe if you just brush your hair the other way, I think that would really finish the look. Now I think I just have one more item today. Oh, I can't find it now. Where did I put that? Is it here?
Why are you asking us?
I'm asking my horse. He doesn't reply, but you know.
If you try the lipstick on, then you can have a better chance.
He is not a small animal. How dare you?
Purely subjective.
No, I couldn't find what I was looking for there. Let me look over here. Maybe it's on this side. No, it's not there either. What? Am I going crazy?
Picture him like throwing corkscrews and just random things out of the bag over his head.
He carries around 11 saddlebags and has perhaps 15 items.
Aha! Okay. So you being the kind of people you are, what about these fancy glasses?
For drinking or seeing?
For seeing. They are a pair of spectacles, kind of silvered, with kind of octagonal lenses, and he says if you wear these, they help you somehow. They clear things out in front of you, so you can see 10 foot in front of you, give or take, in sort of densely packed, smoky situations or foggy situations. That's pretty handy in a tight spot, or a very open spot that just is very foggy.
And without wind.
I mean, yes. I guess if it's windy, you're probably less likely to need them.
Correct. How much for these?
These would set you back, give or take, 60 gold pieces, which is pretty reasonable. I think you would agree.
I'm quite enjoying your smaller items. They are quite curious, as you say.
That's more my. I enjoy those more. I mean, sure, you know, this is very impressive, and he pulls out the sword and he does another demonstration. But you know, it's a bit kind of in your face, isn't it? Oh, well, hopefully not literally.
Then you would need the water.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, I will take if no one else prefers.
Sure. Is somebody taking the periapt? Did
Jane?
the necklace?
Yeah,
Okay.
I will take that one.
So just so you know what it actually does. So while you're wearing it, you stabilize whenever you are dying at the start of your turn. It's pretty nifty. And in addition, whenever you roll hit die to regain hit points, you double the number of hit points you restore.
Nice.
So it's pretty tasty.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's gonna be great for fighter.
Yeah.
No need to be proficient in this armor. And I think it would be very becoming to a lady's figure.
It would be very becoming on my figure as well.
Well, I didn't like to say, but yes. I was a bit sad we didn't get to see you in the dress, but that's just my own personal,
I could make it happen for you right here, right now.
Let's do it.
I thought you were serious?
Oh, are you not serious? Then
Yes.
neither am I. No.
Not my preferred environment.
I mean, we have a saying back in where I'm from, and that saying
What was
is,
that again?
when it's raining, it's time for a dress. That's what we always say. And I don't know. It's never seemed more appropriate than now.
You are one strange little creature.
Well, we have a strange society back where I'm from. Is that wolves over there? I probably should be getting on soon. Is there anything else you need?
I'll buy the marble. If nobody, I would be interested in that. And possibly even the rope.
Yeah, I liked all the small items. So if nobody else picked them up, I was gonna.
Well, yeah, I guess if somebody from the if we just have those.
Well, I guess we should also figure out what is, if any of this stuff, what's the word for it? The certain items you can only equip maximum number of. Attunement, yeah. How many of these are attunement required?
Yeah. I mean,
I-
I think you guys will be okay because you don't have anything yet. I think you'd be doing well to run out of attunement chance. The decanter isn't.
I
The
just looked at-
the the necklace is.
yeah.
The slippers are. The ring. You're not doing the ring, right? The chain is not. The chainmail.
Really?
Yeah.
Armor, weapons.
Maybe that's part of its thing because it doesn't give off a ton of. It doesn't have any other real bonuses. It's just a +1. It's just a +1 armor that you can wear if you're not proficient with armor. Which I'm not saying is not nice, but yes, sure. You pick up the lipstick for Isabel.
Yeah.
Now,
Who is this?
I haven't met this
Who is this?
Isabel.
I haven't either. Who is this Isabel person you keep talking about? Okay. I look over at the shopkeeper and I'm just like, I just give a nod. Yeah, like. Yes.
Always good to keep those wizards alive, right? Am I right, guys? Anybody? No? Okay, just me.
No, I'm sorry, I missed what?
Awkward hand up. Like what?
There we go. Yeah, right round the circle. Anyway, what were we talking about again? List price. Off the shelf. For you today, 400. Not too bad, really. Well, I think I'd have to say my absolute best price. I don't know. Why don't you try and persuade me?
Can I aid him with more vague threats?
Turn it. Well, only if you want to roll an intimidation instead.
Ah, no. I'm not really threatening.
$16, eh? Not too bad. He says, I think I could probably knock off 100 for you. I'll tell you what. What if I were to knock off 100 and add in this very fine item for free?
the sword?
So like curse. He's
Good-
way
good
too
one.
excited.
No, it's this. I like to call it the Hound's Herb. You want to know what it does, don't you?
Yes.
Well, it doesn't smell very nice, and it doesn't look very nice. It's one of my less favored items because it's not exquisite.
Fair.
But it's this little vial of herbs, and if you have them on your person, it helps repel beasts of a canine nature, wolves, dogs, that kind of thing. They dislike it even more than us, and it will repel them. Pretty cool. 100 off, and this beautiful, not really exquisite item.
How to say no to a deal?
Sounds like a deal.
So let's call it 4,900 plus this vial of smelly herbs that I've been looking to get rid of for ages.
You guys went pretty crazy on some of your purchases, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, 5 pieces of chalk.
And quite a fantastic suit of armor, Ulrich.
Oh, that, yeah.
Oh, wonderful. I've emptied out a few saddlebags, now I can fill them up with new goodies.
Do you travel this road often, or kind of just around and about?
I'm a round and about sort of guy. But you know, maybe at an appropriate time, maybe fate will bring our paths to cross again.
I'm looking forward to it.
Hang on, what's that sound coming from the trees?
Listen, yeah.
Oh no, what is that creature? Oh, it's a horrible... Oh, no, it seems to be heading away now. Oh, never mind, that looked very scary. But it looks like it may have gone now.
It was a real threat. I believe you had your sword to handle the situation.
It is just as well because I really should be heading off now. For a moment I thought we were going to have a horrible encounter with some kind of beast of the forest, but it looks like it's okay. Maybe it was friendly, maybe it was just passing by.
Perhaps it was curious.
Yes, it probably heard us speaking. Maybe saw my sword flashing around. But it's all good now.
Oh my. Okay. This has been interesting.
Yes, hasn't it?
Yes, very much so. Thank you for your help.
And thank you for your money.
Indeed.
May we meet again. As we, Gith, like to say, well, we only have one saying ready, and it's about wearing dresses in the rain, but, you know, I'll be seeing you.
Please go now.
I'm just gonna get on my get near my horse here. I can't get on him. He's just gonna... The horse slowly backs away. It was lovely to make your acquaintances.
Take care. Yes.
Farewell.
Bye, Rodri, Ulrich, Schisser, and who did I miss out?
The other one.
Gerhard. Gerhard or go home is what I always say. And I'm gonna go
really
home now.
People really have a hard time with that name.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
And he wanders off into the rain. And you four are left in the awkward silence. Rodri holding the dress and the lipstick. The sound of shambling leaves fading into the distance.
So, Isabel, huh? as I jump on Farfingkugel.
What a weird little man that was.
Yeah.
He was not actually that little. He was kind of human elf size, but he was weird. That I cannot deny.